Okay, next speaker is Francois Choquette.
Good morning, Supervisors. There should be a video getting queued up. A local journalist called the Riverside DA asking about the beatings at Gold Basin was told by a public information officer, I quote, "Unless formal allegations are filed to the DA, they can't verify or comment on any emails or faxes that they receive, no matter how extreme the accusations are." What? I mean, really. I spoke to an attorney about this, and he says that's BS. So anyway, this video here will show that there are beatings at that place, admitted by Scientology themselves. Thank you.
Over the last 2 nights, we've told you about allegations of physical abuse made by former high-ranking members of the Church of Scientology against the church's leader, David Miscavige. Now, the church not only denies all those allegations, but says they come from people who are working together to destroy the church. And the church says one of the people making allegations was demoted and then removed from his senior position precisely because he was violent. Well, tonight, how even the competing versions of what happened ultimately raised questions that the public's entitled to know. What was going on in the church, and why were the police never called to investigate?
In late '03, there was a beating every day. And if it wasn't him doing it, it was from him inciting others to do it to others.
In front of other people?
In front of other people.
Since first coming forward last year in the St. Petersburg Times with allegations of abuse against church leader David Miscavige, Marty Rathbun and 5 other former high-ranking Scientologists have found themselves under vigorous attack by the church they once dedicated their lives to. Most of the church's affidavits specifically name Marty Rathbun, whom they say assaulted members of the Sea organization on numerous occasions. The affidavits are from people who said, within the church, who said that the beatings and the physical abuse was not perpetrated by David Miscavige, but was perpetrated by you.
Right. Outright lies. I did some, and I didn't come in here ever telling you I was little Lord Fauntleroy and never did anything wrong. I'm no angel. I'm going to tell you, I was involved in this. But for God's sake, to try to make it sound like I perpetuated the whole thing is just a complete and utter fabrication.
But surprisingly, though they disagree on who was perpetrating it, both sides describe a work environment inside the church where punching, choking, and kicking as a means of discipline and intimidation occurred on numerous occasions. And no one ever filed criminal charges or even called the police. Tommy Davis is the church spokesman, and Monique Yingling is an attorney for the church. You said that Marty Rathbun beat people more than a dozen times or so. You said Mike Rinder has beat people, and that was known apparently at the time, at least some of it was known at the time, and yet that seemed to be acceptable behavior in the church. I mean, that no charges were ever filed against any of these people. Well, seems remarkable to me if in fact that is really the truth. Unless the opposite is true and their charges are true, and it was the head of the church who was doing these beatings, in which case it would make sense that no charge would be filed or no one would come forward.
Well, they were removed. The point is that they were removed. The choice of the individuals who were attacked on to whether to file charges or not was completely their choice.
But if this is so abhorrent to Scientology's beliefs, beatings, why then it doesn't seem that it was taken all that seriously?
Here's the thing. The point is that when it was discovered, he was disciplined and he was removed.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that's the last of our oral comments.